So finally I opened the YouTube channel. I got asked a lot over at Instagram, Lizardo, when are you gonna open a YouTube channel? Finally did it. And today is gonna be a great one. I got a great cigar here. We're gonna start the channel with this. This is gonna be a great review. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my channel. If you're one of those coming from Instagram that requested for me to open a YouTube channel, then thank you. Finally did it. It is here. We're going to be doing some great stuff. If you're new and you like whiskey, cigars, wine, anything like that, then this is the channel for you. As I mentioned before, today is going to be a special one. Today is my first YouTube channel, my first review, and I've chosen what I think is a great cigar. The cigar that I'm talking about is this El Septimo White Exception, which is a 10-year aged tobacco. I think it's great. I smoked it before. I got some notes from previous smokes. I've also done a full review over my website where you can see more pictures and stuff if you want to have a look at that. But today we're going to smoke it together. I'm going to pair it with a nice large coffee and we're going to have some fun. So El Septimo Cigars are made in Costa Rica. This is from the Luxus Collection and is white. Now something that El Septimo does that I think is really nice and different is that they make the boxes out of plastic or perspex, I think it's called. And normally when you buy a cigar box, it comes in wood, cedar, something of that kind, those materials. But El Septimo does it differently. I think it looks really nice, more than an original. This one is white because it's from the Luxus Collection, which is the white series. This is the 10-year tobacco, and that's the other good thing about it. Different colors means different aging. So you have orange, which is 15 years. You have black, you have yellow, different years. So if you look at the colors, then you will know what years it is. It also tells you at the front of the box. It has a clear lid, and you can see the cigars from far. So when you enter the cigar store, and you see these cigars, they will stand out, and I think that's really nice on their behalf to do that. It's also a very different piece, something that if you have in your humidor, you can see the cigars, and it's completely different. The lid has the logo. It tells you which collection it is from, the name of the brand. It also tells you how many cigars, and it also tells you how many years the tobacco is aged. Like I was saying before, different colors, different year aging. So this is white and is 10 years tobacco. And they always burn well. They always have a great draw and really nice smoke and burn. So what I'm going to do now is give this cigar a straight cut. I'm going to be using my knife cutter over here. I really enjoy giving these cigars a straight cuts because you get a nice draw, especially when you want to taste the notes. You get a mouthful full of smoke, and you're able to move the smoke around your mouth and be able to pick up those notes. Especially if you do a little bit of retrohale, it's perfect to pick up those extra notes that you normally don't pick up. Before I light it, I'm going to give it a bit of a smell to see what it smells like on the outside, see if I can pick up any notes. So smelling like this, I get a lot of dark chocolate, and a bit of cedar, a little bit of wood, which is strange because normally you get the cedar from the boxes and stuff, but this being this type of boxes, but yeah, you can pick up some of that cedar in the tobacco. So the wrapper is really oily, really shiny, it has an amazing color. You don't have any large veins or anything. It's been constructed really well. And then if you try give it a dry draw, is normally too tight. The reason is El Septimo closes the tobacco over the foot because being the ring size that they are, they're a bit harder to light. So by doing it this way, it makes it much easier to light the cigar. So this El Septimo Cigar Exception Light is a 5-inch cigar. It has a ring gauge of 60 and it is from the Luxus Collection like I mentioned before. So now that we cut it and you know a little bit about it, I'm going to light it and we're going to start this review. I'm going to be using a jet lighter. I think especially like this, which is a a two flame that joins into one. It just makes one point. I think it's perfect for a cigar like this. I like the jet lighters, especially for the size of these cigars, because it helps you light it up much quicker. And make sure you keep it far away, don't burn the wrapper, and just take your time, toast the foot, and then slowly you turn it, and then you'll see that it starts turning red, and you will have a beautiful lit cigar. That's wonderful. As you can see, a lot of smoke straight away from the first draw. You can get a little bit of white pepper to the top of my mouth. Beautiful white smoke, really fills your mouth. And yes, those notes of white pepper are there. Then there is also some dark chocolate, but not too dark, maybe something like a 65 to 70% of darkness. It's quite nice, smells beautiful. The smoke is nice and clean. As you can see, it has some beautiful smoke coming out. So some of the notes that I got here is with the wrapper. So the wrapper is, I've got here that the wrapper is very silky, oily, with a Colorado Maduro color. The curing and fermentation really shows in here. The extra aging makes it, gives the leaf that oily feeling, the oily texture. Something that I really enjoy in a cigar is aging, because it removes all the ammonia, and it also gives the cigar time to settle, and you get all the nice flavors from the actual tobacco. You don't get no ammonia, you don't get nothing that you need to put it on your humidor and take a lot longer, another 6 months or a year to smoke it properly. This is a cigar that you buy, you cut it, you light it up, and you enjoy it straight away. So now that I smoked it a little bit longer, I'm getting some notes of smoky wood. I'm also getting some pine on the retrohale, which is quite different. I never get that. Some dark chocolate and a little bit of salinity. The white pepper disappeared. That started only on when I lit it up. Now I don't have no white pepper. I don't have no ammonia. Nothing like that. The retrohale is quite easy to do. The smoke is very thick and creamy. Something that I really enjoy is a creamy smoke in a cigar. You're able to fill your mouth with it. You're able to blow some out and do the retrohale. If you don't know what retrohale is when you blow some smoke throughout your nose, and it's really good to be able to pick up those extra notes that you don't normally pick up just from smoking and blowing out of your mouth. This is a great cigar. From the get-go, as soon as you light it up, you enjoy every puff you take. It feels different every puff. You pick up some new notes. It keeps you entertained. Now it's got a little bit of white chocolatey, which is different. I normally don't get that, but yeah, I had some notes of like white chocolate when it melts in your mouth and it gets really creamy inside. I get some of those notes. I'm nearly coming up to my second third. The first third has been amazing. The construction is perfect. It's burning really well. The ash is a bit bent because of the way I was holding it for the videos. I had it on the ashtray, but it's burned really nice. It has some great color and it looks really well. It's burning really nice. It's still smoking really nice. I haven't had to relit or anything, even though I was doing some videos with it. It didn't go out or anything. The notes are changing. The notes when you smoke it, the pepper has definitely gone. There's no pepper now, and the notes of wood, of hay, are becoming more woody. So now it is more like a dark wood like kind of notes. The retrohale is also different. I every time I retrohale now, I get some like plum notes. I don't know if that's something that you can relate to, but on the retrohale is very fruity. and I get a lot of plum notes. This is the first time that happens though, because from my notes, what I have here is that on the second third, I will get, yeah, the hay became woody and earthy flavors. That's correct as well. Maybe that's what it is. The woody notes that I'm talking about are earthy. The smoke is still really nice, really thick and creamy, and easy to retrohale. It hasn't gone any stronger or anything. And at the moment, I'm also picking up some black pepper, not the white pepper that I had at the beginning. Some little bit of black pepper at the back of my tongue. I haven't had any coffee or anything so that I was able to taste it properly, but I'm going to try some coffee now. Let's see, the construction is still well. It's not gonna fall on my clothes. I love coffee. The chocolate that the coffee that I'm drinking at the moment has some chocolatey flavors, which is really nice, especially with this beautiful cigar. So yeah, the cigar has actually pronounced those chocolatey flavors from the coffee. Wow, that's really nice. Some dark chocolate, maybe like a 75% dark chocolate. That's what I'm getting now. Retrohale is quite easy as well. The retrohale, I still get that plum, still get that fruity flavor, which is really nice. Now guys, smoking a whole cigar here in the camera is going to take a long time, especially something like this, which has a large ring gauge. So what I'm going to do is the last 2/3 I will tell you from my notes, and if you guys have the opportunity to smoke this cigar, then you're able to compare to my video and my notes, and then you can leave me in the comments below what you thought about the cigar, what notes you picked up and everything. But for the meantime, so this video doesn't get any longer, I'm going to tell you what I reviewed from last time. So on the second third, as I mentioned before, the pepper has the white pepper has disappeared, and now we have some notes of hay that became woody notes, earthy flavors with a pleasant sharpness, and the smoke is nice and thick but still smooth. Perfect to retrohale. Now something that I wanted to talk about before we get to the last third is the name. So El Septimo, if you speak Spanish, then you will know that El Septimo means the seventh. So I asked myself, like, what's that all about? What's the seven all about? So I did a bit of research. I asked the guys, and so basically they named the cigar El Septimo because the cigar awakens your seventh sense. And I think it's quite nice because obviously you smoke a cigar and you pick up this extra notes, these notes that you only get when you smoke something really good. When you retrohale, like plum and all of these flavors, so awakens your seventh sense. That's what El Septimo means. There's a few of their cigars that I'm going to try. I will be doing a review of that cigar soon. So if you're interested, make sure you subscribe and you hit the bell button, and you will be notified when I release that review of El Septimo. Now, pricing. The pricing of this cigar, one is $44. You can get a box of 10, which is the one I have here, which is $440, or you can get another box of 25 cigars, which would be $1,100. So if you have the opportunity to buy this cigar and to smoke it, then I'm sure you won't regret it. Try it, tell me what you think, leave some comments below, tell me what you thought of it. The ash just fell on me literally as I was looking for some information, but I mean, you can see is halfway through the second third, it held really well, and now, you know, the ash fell. You can see the construction, it has burned perfectly. There are no gaps, there is nothing. It's really nicely constructed, and you know, I think these cigars are well worth the money. Now, you might say they're expensive. Yes, they are expensive to compare to other cigars, but you gotta remember, 10 years of aging is a long time. There's a lot of time invested, there's a lot of money invested, and the only cigars par with this are like the old vintage Cuban cigars, but they're hard to get. They're hard to get or impossible to get. So if you're looking for a cigar that has that aging and you want to try something like that, or you're the person who don't mind spending $150 in a shot of whiskey, then this is the cigar for you. I I really enjoy them. That's why I smoke them. So now I'm gonna tell you a little bit more about the last third, because I've already explained the first and second third. From what I'm reading here and from what I remember is that it changes again. So this is a cigar that will keep you on your toes. You know, as soon as you light the cigar, you're gonna feel that white pepper hitting you in the back of your mouth. Then you're gonna start getting some cedar, some woody notes, some earthy notes on the first third, some chocolate, some dark chocolate, and on the retrohale, like I said, I got some plum. Then on your second third, then on the retrohale, I was getting pine notes, some earthy notes, some woody notes, very oily, very creamy all the way throughout. The construction has been perfect. It held the ash very well. The last third, I have notes of some spicy notes like green pepper, anise, or licorice, and it varies from a sharp creamy texture to a very pleasant texture on the tongue and the retrohale. This last third had a medium finish with a lot of creamy smoke and no ammonia. So I hope you guys are enjoying this. If you are, make sure you share the video and give it a thumbs up. It really helps. From what I've heard, you know, the likes, the sharing, and the comments really help the algorithm. It's a new channel, so if you guys subscribe and you share it, it will really help me and it will really encourage me to continue doing this. My final thoughts are, if you're looking for a cigar that you're gonna enjoy and you're gonna, you know, it's gonna keep you on your toes and it's not gonna let you down and it's worth its money, this cigar is one of them. I don't want you to think that I'm a fanboy of El Septimo, but I haven't found anything wrong with it. It is really a cigar that I enjoy and that I enjoy smoking every time I try one. Guys, this has been fun to do. It will take me a while to get used to talking to the camera, to do all the videos, to get all the information properly, to organize myself, but it has been fun. I hope you have enjoyed it this far. The idea is to drop a weekly video. Hopefully I'll be able to do more, but for the moment, until I get used to all of this, it will be a weekly video, and I will do cigar reviews, whiskeys, wine. I will also try and do the interviews here and accessories. Something that I want to review quite soon is this knife cutter. I'm sure you've seen a few of them on Instagram. This is one that I really like. It's made by a French company. A lot of attention to detail. They work with leather and stuff, so that's something that I'm looking forward to do and to show you guys. And I hope you like this. If you're coming from Instagram and you already follow me there, then please subscribe to the channel. If you're new, subscribe to the channel and you can follow me on Instagram. And remember, a cigar smoker is an owner of a pleasure, not a slave of a vice. Enjoy, guys. It is good. It is a nice cigar. Hope you guys can enjoy the one.